Superman joins Aquaman to bring you 60 minutes of super adventure. Special guest stars, secret messages. It's the Superman-Aquaman Hour of Adventure.
Next week, Batman versus the Joker.
Up in the sky, out in outer space, deep beneath the sea, anytime, any place. Man of the future, man of the past, a whale and a genie, it's a super blast. Saturday morning, CBS Cartooniverse.
The Herculoids. Moby Dick. Pytor. Space Ghost. Shazam. Aquaman. Superman. Frankenstein Jr., The Impossible.
Man of the future, man of the past, a whale and a genie, it's a super blast. Saturday morning, CBS Cartooniverse.
On CBS, in color every Saturday.
Next week, Batman versus Mr. Freeze.
Wonder what television will be like this fall? Here's some shows we think you'll enjoy. The Outcasts. The story of two bounty hunters, as different as night and day. Land of the Giants. 7 space travelers dwarfed in a nightmare world. Meet the biggest matchmaker in the West in Here Come the Brides.
If it's women you want, I'll get them for you.
3 great new shows in a great new schedule. Recommended this fall on ABC.
ABC, ABC, ABC.
Next week, Batman versus Zelda the Great.
I'm Chris Shankle, and this is your ticket to action. Action at Churchill Downs, the Yankee Stadium, Wrigley Field, Chicago, Augusta, Georgia. Wherever you find the top events on your TV sports calendar, you have a reservation for year-round excitement with CBS Sports. Your ticket to action. Every spectator sport has its own unique appeal. And whether you crave action on a golf course or gridiron, surfboard, or skating rink, the CBS cameras bring you close up to your special brand of sporting thrills. Your ticket to action is a ticket to the big ones.
Next week, the return of the Riddler.
It's a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and the Peanuts gang is gathered together for Thanksgiving dinner. What a meal it is!
What blockhead cooked all this?
Then spend Thanksgiving in the land of Oz as Dorothy and Toto embark on an exciting new adventure and meet friends old and new. 2 special Thanksgiving treats, Tuesday starting at 8, 7 Central Mountain.
Next week, the Joker returns.
Now there are 2 great movie nights on ABC.
Batman battles Falseface.
Yes, there are lots of very special reasons for watching ABC next year. Night after night, week after week, you'll see a gallery of today's great entertainers, a kaleidoscope of drama, comedy, music, sports, adventure. You'll find rewarding viewing because it's going to be a very special season on ABC.
Next week, Batman faces the Catwoman.
Tomorrow, ABC's Wide World of Sports features the spectacular talents and near miraculous feats of the Chinese acrobats of Taiwan in a special encore telecast. Plus a look at some of the greatest fights of all time, including Sugar Ray Robinson against Jake LaMotta. Then, A.J. Foyt and Cale Yarborough lead the field at the National 500 Stock Car Race and the World Professional Skiing Championships. All tomorrow on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Next week, the return of the Penguin.
Thursday, Higgins Gallantry has Magnum chasing...
The chick?
No, hot jewels and cold-blooded thieves. And a murderous insurance scam sends Simon & Simon to the brink of disaster.
See there, bunch of lowlife.
Then the secret's out on Knott's Landing as Karen threatens Abby with criminal exposure.
You're going to make me a very rich lady.
Thursday.
Next week, return match with the Riddler.
It's February fireworks on the Dukes when a racy lady sees dollar signs in Daisy's driving and Boss wants in. Then JR comes between Cliff and Sue Ellen while he closes in on Bobby's secret.
Am I interested in that little lady?
And on Talking Crest, Chase runs for office while a killer stalks Angela. Action, drama, and intrigue Friday.
Next week, Batman jousts with the Joker again.
We will return to Sally Field and Tommy Lee Jones in Back Roads.
Saturday, it's a Super Stunt Duke special.
You might say that.
And the boys are flying high, fighting hijackers.
That's highway robbery.
Then, a beautiful Cuban refugee cons Hawk into a desperate mission of mercy to rescue her father.
You're insane.
Airwolf. Then,
Kate Conlon drifted through my life 6 months ago like satin on glass.
a mysterious woman seduces Mike into the grimy world of blackmail. Mickey Spillane's Bite Hammer.
The situation is a little, kinky.
It all happens Saturday. This is CBS.
Next week, King Tut tangles with a dynamic duo.
Sunday, the Hardy Boys' search for a beautiful girl uncovers a ring of modern-day pirates. Then, time runs out for Battlestar Galactica.
Have to turn back.
As Apollo and Starbuck lead an army of clones in a desperate attempt to destroy the ultimate weapon.
Sunday.
Next week, the dynamic duo versus the bookworm.
Family Feud, a new game show with witty Richard Dawson.
Name something it takes two people to do.
I have to say the obvious because I don't have another answer.
What is it?
Make love.
Thought you'd never ask.
Watch families compete for big cash prizes by guessing the most popular answers to a national poll. It's Family Feud.
Premieres weekdays at 1:30, 12:30 Central, 11:30 Mountain and Pacific.
Next week, the return of the Riddler.
We will return to the television premiere of Can You Hear the Laughter?
Guess I better go down to that police station.
Mark? Tonight on the CBS Late Movie.
Better come with me, Mr. Jones.
Nick Nolte stars with Buddy Epson in Barnaby Jones.
Tuesday, September 18th, CBS presents The Other Side of Midnight, an unforgettable story of passion, revenge, and adultery.
You slept with her before and you are sleeping with her now.
CBS presents Sidney Sheldon's bestseller, The Other Side of Midnight, Tuesday, September 18th.
This is CBS.
Next week, the Penguin waddles again.
NBC. NBC Sports.
Next week, another another battle royal with King Tut.
Saturday on CBS, Carl Weathers.
I won, but I didn't beat him.
Burgess Meredith.
You want to go blind? You got the heart, but you ain't got the tools no more.
Talia Shire.
I don't want you to do it.
Don't ask me to stop being a man.
Sylvester Stallone. Rocky 2. The legend fights on. Saturday.
Next week, the dynamic duo meets the Clock King.
Friday on the Dukes. When Roscoe lands in traction, Boss Hogg smells a little land grab action.
The Duke Farm has awarded the Sheriff Coach.
Then on Dallas.
My custody hearing is tomorrow.
JR's fight for his son turns vicious.
He is unfit to be a member of the human race.
Dallas and the Dukes. Don't miss him Friday.
Next week, Batman challenged by Chandel.
It's America's favorite pasta-eating cat in an all-new special, Garfield on the Town. Then a very spooky special. It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, the Halloween Classic, Friday.
This is CBS.
Next week, the Penguin waddles again.
Tonight, on an all-new Incredible Hulk, a corrupt politician puts the Hulk in the middle of a deadly showdown. And on an all-new Dukes, Boss Hogg hires Bo and Luke lookalikes to rob his own bank. Then on Dallas, the surprise verdict is in on the death at South Fork.
Well, I always win my fights, don't I?
And there was J.R. Ewing standing on the balcony.
Tonight.
Next week, Mr. Freeze returns.
Dr. Smith, the Torons left a matter transfer unit down there.
My command, you will initiate signals for round trip to the planet Earth.
Imperative that I do not abandon my station.
Oh, no, you don't.
Next week, rematch. Batman versus the Joker.
I will introduce myself. I'm known as the Keeper, and I come from a world 10 million light years away.
But sometimes violence is a necessity.
Back where you belong. The children are mine now.
Warning, do not tamper with alien controls.
Next week, Michael Rennie, as the Sandman, teams up with the Catwoman.
No less than the insects which I crushed beneath my heel as I walk.
Let's go!
I'm gonna break your neck.
Let me finish.
You ought to give me the children.
If you want to take Will and Penny, you've got to fight us for them.
Next week, Cliff Robertson as Shame corrals the Caped Crusaders.
There's a very dangerous man on the hill with the boy. He's going to kill all of us unless you kill him first.
That's the thing from Signet 4.
It's coming through the force field.
This is the end tonight here.
Next week, Burgess Meredith with a new Penguin ploy.
Universal spirits, give me a sign that we are friends. Now, what did you do with the explosives? I want the truth.
Composition of object does not compute.
The dangers I face for the family.
Warning, immediate danger.
Next week, Maurice Evans as the Puzzler versus Batman.
Now that we understand each other. I'm gonna land this ship.
No, I won't let you.
Next week, a mysterious force descends on each member of the Space Family Robinson.
What's that?
Oh, good heavens! We must have struck a meteor!
Kind of a game is this?
That's it. You guessed it. A game.
Next week, outer space suspense in the Lost in Space episode entitled Space Creature, here on this channel.
Next week, Carolyn Jones as Marcia, Queen of Diamonds, faces Batman.
Next week, the Space Family Robinson become exhibits in a fantastic space zoo.
More, you want me to go that way?
Be careful, my boy. He'll tear you asunder.
Smith, you open this door.
You get out when I say so, Major.
What kind of a planet is this?
I believe the life expectancy here is 45 minutes.
The show's over, Smith.
Next week, a day at the zoo on Lost in Space.
Next week, David Wayne returns as the Mad Hatter.
Stop it! Now you've done it! You've launched the pod into space!
It's not responding.
It's moving away from us. Who are you?
Next week, weird identical doubles threaten the Space Family Robinson.
I believe you wanted to talk to us. You threaten me. Just remember, underneath, you're no different than I am.
Now look!
Danger! Danger!
Next week, Target Earth on Lost in Space, here on this channel.
Next week, a Batman special. The first installment of an action-packed three-parter in which the Joker and the Penguin team up against the Caped Crusaders. Don't miss the start of the hostilities, Bat fans. Next week, same Bat time, same Bat channel.
Trouble with boys is you don't have any imagination. I don't see there's anything wrong with a palace, as long as you know you're pretending.
Next week, an adventure in space fantasy awaits Penny Robinson when Brother Will disappears in a magic carpet.
What back their prize?
Where's Dr. Smith? What have you done to him?
Now, I only reduced him to tape, that's all. There we are.
Hut!
You're very pretty.
Smith, you're out of your mind again. You'd better start explaining.
Attack! Up the machines! Down the people!
Next week, Princess of Space on Lost in Space.
Next week, Batman and Robin clash with the Green Hornet and Kato.